Hey folks, welcome to Planet Traffic. Today's episode is happening, it's going to be happening down at Tree Creek. The reason why I kind of, look, I grew up in lived in a row home for 50 and some odd years, right? 58 years. And in order to, when you're doing the row home thing, like I was forever, if you want to go to a park, you gotta get in a car, especially when the kids were young. Actually, the whole time, let's face it. Get in a car and go to, usually we went to Penny Pack because that was in the neighborhood. But I now have something like that in my backyard, which is amazing for me. And I do want to say, before I get into anything else, that what a wild, I'm recording this on Sunday, I gotta check the date. Yeah, Sunday the 29th of December. And what a wild 48 hours of weather. To my knowledge, here in Georgia, where I'm at, I'm just outside Atlanta, we got we got a lot of rain, which I'm going to show you. But I don't know if the winds picked up or not, but further west out to East Texas, Louisiana, oh my God, they were under fire with tornadoes on the ground, multiple. And I really feel for them folks out around Fort Johnson and Lake Charles and the Houston area. Oh my God, it was, yeah, I was following it on the internet, and we got mostly rain here. By the time it got over east to us in Georgia, I see rain, but I'm not going to say that's all it was, because who knows if somebody got hit around here. But I just wanted to show you this. I've been building this for working on the back here. I've been doing videos back here, but I've been working on this probably for months. So that's by design. I'm actually going to put some flowers in that, put some soil and plants. I don't know what kind of plants, because there's so much squirrel action out here. But these rocks here, this little wall that I'm building, I kind of got stuck here because I thought I was going to go really into this hill and build like a pretty wide patio where I could put a couple chairs down. But I got stuck with this massive rock that I'm trying to figure out what's going to happen with it. But this, building a wall going that way, and a path. I got a path down here, and over this area here is going to be well, you could see with all that standing water from all the rain overnight. This is going to be initially probably a RC car track. I've been putting dirt down here too to kind of level a little bit of it. You can see this part that I didn't put dirt on. I gotta really watch it, man. It's muddy. You can really see right here. There wasn't no dirt put on that. Right here. But so it's okay, it's fine. It's got water sitting on it. So you wouldn't be riding any cars on it. Probably for a couple days, but you have been putting dirt down. I inevitably would like to have this to be a small pump style track for my one wheel. Point right around here, back in I think April, where I recorded a video. It did fairly well on my channel. Check it out if you haven't seen it yet, about me finding out I was adopted at the age of 48. I am 58 at this point. Am I 58? I think I am. And the reason why I'm mentioning that right now is because at that point in time, all of this here was all grown in. Like I wasn't at nothing. So now I got it pretty well cleared out, and I'm going to set up a whole landscaped area around here just from what's here. I mean, I might add a couple things. I might bring a couple things, especially at the track. If I get the track moving, I'll probably put a little guardrails around here so the cars don't go flying in the water. But this here is the highest, and I mean highest, I've ever seen the water. And I gotta be honest with you folks. Back in, I'm gonna say within maybe a little over a decade, this area where I live at, west of Atlanta, got hit with major flooding. I forget what the scenario was. They literally got double digits of rain over the course of 24 to 48 hours. And it was bad. It was bad. There was casualties from it. We recently, that storm that went from the Gulf corner, the Florida corner there, that came up here, caused a lot of flood damage in Atlanta. But that one that was, I guess it was about 10 years back, really was devastating. I mean, even Six Flags over Georgia was underwater. I've posted a video about that. Maybe, again, I'll try to link it up in the description. But the reason why I'm bringing that up is because I am really thankful for the irrigation that goes through this whole area that I live in. Because this spot right here, about as high as it gets. My back door's up there. That's almost, that's got to be like 30 feet above. And then you have, it just keeps on flowing. I don't know where it goes, but I like to think it's going somewhere where it's not flooding somebody else's property out. But all this stuff just keeps on flowing, and that's the busiest I've seen this waterfall here, right out back. And then there's another one over here. I'm going to see if I can get to it. But this is all standing water, so like the water, this water never came up this high. This is all just standing water from the rainfall. But then here's another one. This when it's cooking overnight, I can hear that. That's loud as hell. That's like super loud, blowing through there when it's really going. But then I got a little area over here. Still, all this obviously is all under construction type thing here. But like we'll pull through here. I built a step over here. That thing's kind of filled with leaves right now, but that's for when it's just dried out. I'll go down there. I kind of fiddle around on the rock and all that. That's right there, but yeah, a lot of rain. I'm not going to bother going back there. And this is to the extent of how big it gets, and man, believe me, I'm thankful for that. Like, I don't want to see it up this high. Even though I'm up there, I don't even want to see it here. And this is about it. And you see the flow. So it's going to be an ongoing situation. Yeah, an ongoing situation. Anytime we get heavy rain, I'm not going to be riding anything down here, whether it's one of my RC cars or whether it's my one wheel. Nothing's going to be getting ridden down here. But one thing I like to do is I like to just sit here and get some exercise. I mean, I'm an old guy, older. Come out here, get some exercise, start digging the bigger rocks out so I can make steps out of them. That's going to be my goal, is just kind of get some steps so that, anyone that wants to come down can kind of safely walk down instead of executing this hill. Like I'll walk up and down that hill, but I got another spot over this way that's less of a decline, less pitch. So that's like a little safer walk. But yeah, that's the idea. We get more of these going, and we'll see what comes of this spot right here. Now here's a day like later on today or maybe tomorrow, I'll probably consider digging more into the hill here because it's soft. One thing I really like about the fact that I actually started doing some maintenance back here. This is probably going to get dug up. All these rocks. That's how that wall got built. Just keep digging the rocks up. Right over here. Now, I would have always come down here, but this is the kicker here. So I kind of feel like there was a point where the original, this land was a farm, and maybe this was a fencing, and they only cut it to here. But God forbid somebody fell on it. So now I know it's here. I'll eventually paint these like a bright color, so people, you know, will see them. But they go right across. I actually put the tire around the one here. But man, would that be unpleasant, to say the least. Not knowing that's there, and God forbid you slid down here, or you fell. The other, and that kind of stretches over here too. There's one over this way. This one right here. And then the other thing I found, a weirdo like me to actually find this interesting. Yeah, oh man, yesterday was crazy because you had real severe weather. I hope, like Mississippi, I know Jackson, Mississippi was really a hot spot yesterday for severe weather. I know just from talking to my son, they had a, oh man, and that was my freaking head was spinning. Because his weather started, just say around 3:30. He messaged me. He's like, oh, here it is. And then I was like, oh, let me Google the Weather Channel at Fort Johnson, and didn't they say right there they had a tornado down at Fort Johnson at like 3:35, and I'm reading this and just dying, man. I'm like, oh no. We were kind of talking about it all day, that they really hadn't had tornadoes there. Tornado down at 3:35 p.m. yesterday, and it was like, here he later on, I guess a couple hours later, found out that it actually hit. They did have one down about 1.5 miles from his home. 80-mile-an-hour winds. You know, I think it did. I'm not even gonna say, because God forbid somebody's house really got messed up. But 80-mile-an-hour winds. The initial thing was that it wasn't that, you know, it was exterior damages like fencing and stuff, but it's scary to hear that stuff, man. You know, being from Philly, you know, in that surrounding area is very rare. Oh my God, we can like count really on a hand or two how many tornadoes, if any, and they had one that was pretty severe up by Neshaminy Mall, you know, over the past decade. But yeah, for the most part, it's not a thing. But oh my God, you know, in the South, we know. Now, yeah, check this out. So here it is. This I found again. This is why I just kind of dig. It was worth getting the. It was worth getting poison ivy again for the 3rd time this year back here. Because this way I could see these different things that are here, some barbed wire. So at some point, yeah, I think they had a farm here before this development came into play. And I think this got built anytime around, these houses all around here got built maybe somewhere around, yeah, I don't know, 20 to 25 years ago. And I just keep finding things back here, which is cool. I just wanted to get my channel acquainted with this, because this is definitely going to be a source. Kind of been saying this for months. It's going to be a source of content for me, especially running the RC cars. And I don't know when. I tried to put the one wheel on this before. It's very, it's slippery even on a dry day because of the dusty dirt. It's just a dirt-based surface that it just needs some attention. I'm hoping just some, you know, to get some more dirt and fill in some of the spots so I could just ride down there. We'll see about that, but yeah, it's definitely was like I said, a heck of 48 hours. I hope everyone you know, recovers across the bottom part of the country, said all the way from Texas to through Louisiana, through Mississippi. Oh my goodness. You know, I hope that you know, I hope everything's to a minimum. The damage and all that crap. Oh goodness. All right, folks, thanks for watching. So here from Tree Creek, signing off. Have a great day. Have a pleasant tomorrow, and I will see you soon.